Oh, hi there. I'm Musty Hobbit, and there's nothing that a hobbit loves more than another helping of second breakfast, so welcome back. It's been a crazy week. There's been some crazy news on the YouTube front and on the Nintendo front, and there's some rumors going around about Xbox stuff, but I kind of want to forego most of that. I do have some thoughts on the YouTube changes, which I will address a little bit later in the video, but I wanted to talk today about the art of the Purge and what I'm kind of going through right now with my collection. I am been collecting for a few years here. It is the genesis of my entire channel, and it has been something that I had really done with a lot of consistency, and it kind of turned into mainly focused on collecting at conventions and shows along those lines. One of the big things about my collection is that I don't really focus on just getting one console. I have somewhere in the mid-20s as far as different consoles available to me, and I kind of have a smattering of games for each. Example, case in point, the Dreamcast is one of the more recent ones that I have picked up. I have 3 games and the web browser for the Dreamcast. That's not to say that I am not looking for them. I just like some of these things just don't come up all the time, and so I'm not ready to pay retail for games like that because I still have an abundance of games to play. Primarily, 2017 was loaded with AAA modern titles across all 3 systems, of which I have all 3, and it kind of got me thinking. It's like, am I really going to go back on some of these retro games? Am I really going to go back and take a look at them and sit down and play them in their natural format? Or in some of these cases, we've had remakes, we've had remasters of these titles, and maybe that's the better solution. So I've been doing some soul searching on this and kind of trying to decide what I want to do with areas of my collection, and the decision I think has come to purge portions of it. Not necessarily entire libraries. I really don't want to let go of the consoles themselves, but there are certain systems that I don't have much of an association to, and as a result are ones that I am okay with letting go of. Case in point, and you guys might hate me for this, most of my Super Nintendo games are going. I never had a Super Nintendo. I have very close association to some of the franchises that had games on the Super Nintendo. Super Metroid, Link to the Past, the Final Fantasy games that are on there, which I am still plugging away at Final Fantasy 3 or 6, whichever you prefer. And the thing is that the rest of it is achievable elsewhere. The Super Nintendo right now is at one of the higher levels that those games are going to be, and I just think that somebody else would appreciate the carts maybe a little better than I do currently. So that's an example. Things that are off the table, things I'm absolutely not letting go of. My NES collection, that was a system that I grew up with after the 2600. Those are not going anywhere. I have no desire to let those go. In fact, I'm still interested in finding select NES games, and we'll kind of see how things go. I thought a little bit about picking up like the Wisdom Tree games, or at least the easily achievable Wisdom Tree games, or maybe some of the smaller developers that are ones that I enjoy, like all the Broderbund games or all of the Milton Bradley games. Or there's a few of those that aren't, if you look at Konami, you look at Capcom, some of those get a little on the pricey side. If you went something like Taito, it'd be through the roof. I just want to find something reasonable that I can still find the prices to be somewhat manageable, especially if I can find them at a convention or something like that. I think that'd be the way to go. But aside from the NES, probably the Xbox, I'm probably not going to touch. I'm okay with trimming stuff out of the other areas of the collection, except for the hardware, when I only have one of them. And so I'm not totally sure what I want to do with things like my top loader NES. That I'm shaky on. anyways, I'm not going to break down everything that I plan to do with every single facet of my collection, but at some point this year, I'm going to have a move. I think trimming down now in preparation for that is not a horrible idea. Plus, it'll help finance some of the efforts that I'm hoping to make this year, trips, etc. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Leave me your comments below if you have any thoughts on this. I'm not looking for people to offer to buy things, but if you want to know, let me know. We can talk about what I've got. Anyways, this is not a sales pitch. Just to put that out there. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and then we'll kind of close out the day, is the changes with YouTube, which everyone and their mother is talking about at this point. I just wanted to get my 2 cents because I think in the moment I came across this news while we were in the middle of the Cartridge Club hangout last night, and so my initial response was quite negative. And this morning I was still kind of upset about it. And then I started to think again about why. Like, why are you so mad? You have never gotten a cent from Google before on this. YouTube is not and never was something that I was looking to turn into a monetizable side job. Like, it wasn't from the beginning. The whole focus of this channel was to document my collection, and I needed to kind of get back into that mindset to understand that those of you who subscribe to me hopefully because you enjoy what I put out, and that is why I do it. At the same time, you guys also keep me motivated to continue to push to do the next thing. Things like additional things that I'm doing for the Cartridge Club, or other efforts that I'm making to get the word out for people who maybe are even lower on the totem pole than I am. Those are the types of things that I've kind of tasked myself with, and for that, I don't need to have 1,000 subscribers. Someday it'd be awesome. It would be great to be able to hit an audience that's that large, but I don't know that I'm ready for it. I don't know. I don't want to talk myself out of it, but at the same time, it's not that important or so important to the point where I need to get upset about monetization. Because by the time I hit those numbers, the whole game could change again, and that's that. And the fact of the matter is, YouTube is a free platform. YouTube allows us to upload this stuff as effectively free storage for our videos, and some of us barely scratch triple digit view count on any given video, and that's okay. That's what this platform is about letting people have a healthy expression of their creativity and the stuff that they're interested in, and this is mine. And so I've talked myself down about this. I'm, the thing that you can expect from me is that you will have an ad-free experience going forward. What I would like to encourage you to do is, if there are people who are close, who are really pushing for their monetization, do what you can to support them. And if you are interested in supporting this channel, if you're interested in supporting me, there are means to do that. I will leave links in the description to the Teespring page that I haven't really talked about, but the club has a Teespring shop that has t-shirts and all of that. I do need to get a new shirt up for the new logo. So if there are people who are interested in acquiring something like that, I would like to make sure that you guys are aware that that is a thing that does... there is some help that comes out of those. So if you want to support the channel, aside from sharing and encouraging others to subscribe, that's a way to do it if you are interested. But there are others who are way more into getting the internet stardom, and if that means that you have to watch them instead of me, or you want to sub to them in addition to it, do it. There are a lot of people who have now a month deadline to get to a certain level, otherwise they just aren't going to be able to make money the way that they want to make side money. So That's about all I'm going to say for that. But I thank you for coming by, and to those of you who are subscribed, I think we're just about scraping the 250 mark right now. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm not going anywhere. I just changed the name for a reason, so we're going to keep muscling through, and I hope that you enjoy everything that I put out on a week-to-week basis. But yeah, that's going to be about it. I will see you next Thursday, and if you are looking at Cartridge Club stuff, I will see you on Monday. But for now, I have been Musty. Take care of yourself, and be good to each other.